Prior to working with Julian, a lot of the frustration that I always had was I'd always try to do too much at once. I was all over the place, falling in love with the sport of jiu-jitsu. I was always trying to find a way to enhance myself athletically. Once I started competing, I realized I was not strong enough, or I was lacking in diet, let's say. So I would tend to focus more on the technical side of it. And then it came to a point 8 years down the line where I realized if I'm going to try and be an athlete, I have to work like an athlete. So I had to get stronger, essentially. I had to get more condition, and that's when I found Julian. What was frustrating was, for instance, making podium for tournaments. Like, that was more or less my main goal. I was always falling short, and it's so bothering knowing all the hard work that you would put in. For myself, it would be on the mat. I put in all this time on the mat, 6 days a week, 7 days a week, sometimes 2 times a day, and then just always not feeling like I'm able to give all of my physical attributes, because I wasn't putting my energy towards that, because I kind of discarded it, always emphasizing on technique. Technique will be technique, or technique will be strength. But when you're faced up or matched up against someone of the same caliber of jiu-jitsu, the athleticism comes in, the strength and conditioning comes in. That was the biggest frustration. When you try to do everything by yourself, you miss huge keys, like huge important keys to everything in your life, like just sleep, not having to worry about the small details. Julian fills those goals, he meets those needs. And when you're telling what you want, he's doing that work behind the scenes. Whereas we think we know what we're doing, but if you don't have a coach, you might be doing steps 1, 2, and 3, but you're missing 4, 5, 6, 7, and you can't get to 8, 9, and 10 without without a coach. Meeting Julian, I'm able to focus on other aspects of the game rather than try to hit everything at once. One of the key things I realize is when you go to the gym and you show up to train, if you don't go there with intention, you're not getting anything out of it. You're showing up, you're still getting your 20, 30% out of 100. But when you have a coach like Julian, he's always going to make sure you're hitting what you need to do. And so you're physically present, but you're being pushed in the right direction with the right techniques, with the right movements. I knew it was going to work after the first month. I mean, it got to a point where I had a minor injury, we'll call it, at work. He was still able to embody what I wanted as an athlete, even with the injury. And I was like, this is what a coach is. I'm already getting stronger even with the injury. And although I didn't want to admit to it, because I think my jiu-jitsu games, I'm gonna pat myself on the back, I was able to see myself develop a new game with the strength and conditioning. I knew it was gonna work instantly. I was a lot more confident in all aspects of jiu-jitsu and being stronger. I felt it when I was walking up the stairs, walking my dog, carrying the groceries. As an electrician, you're doing a lot of physical labor, lifting a lot of heavy pipe, a lot of heavy coils of wire and stuff. When you're working out and you're gaining that strength, you're picking it up with ease without the fear of being injured. You're doing it properly. I'm already starting to see my body change. Results that I have now, I'm 31 years old. I'm building the foundation now for when I'm 35. I'm super stoked, super looking forward to what the next 3 months will bring me in all aspects of my life. Good things are here, better things are coming.